I am forcing myself to draw a whole comic book without having a story to fight perfectionism. So, I'm putting together short stories and comic strips I thought about in this past couple of years, and I'll try tying them together with a storyline to lead them all. This story will be built as I go, and the goal of this experiment is to push myself to create despite imperfections. I'm pretty confident in my artistic skills and technique, but I'm still very insecure about my storytelling abilities, which kept me blocked and away from making comics for years. I recently started over with a little short story, but now I'm going to push it further with this project. I hope you like coming along with me.
I think that sums it up.
Hi, my name is Veronica, aka Vespertilio. I am an Italian comic book author, tarot and oracle deck creator, and your spooky art teacher.
It's me again, yours truly.
Before we start, make sure to check my social platforms where I'm currently doing the Draw Every Day Till I Reach 100k challenge, so you'll be able to have daily updates on my sketchbook pages. We're actually going to talk about this later on in this video. Welcome! So I'm trying something new today. I've basically hidden the microphone. Let's see how it goes. Let me know if this bothers you or if the audio quality is okay. So the title of this video says it all. We're going to have quite an art update. So I'm going to have a little chat about my future projects and about what I've been up to recently. So starting really strong with what we anticipated at the very beginning of this video. Yes, I'm currently working on a new comic book. This is going to be quite a challenge, quite a different thing. It's going to be most of all, a new adventure. Before diving into this project, I want to share with you the process of creating the cover art for this sketchbook. To do that, we need to travel back in time to slightly lighter hair and a sketchbook that still had a blank cover.
As a comic artist and illustrator, I often work with publishers. Sometimes I also self-produce my artwork. I had my amount of self-business experience. I did prints and I also made stickers. Let's put this information aside. Another thing you should know about me is that I love to label things. Most of all, my sketchbooks and journals. This is my bullet journal and it has this little label up here with a little quote and it says, "Expect magic." This is a sketchbook of mine and I've actually put one of my stickers on it. I've put this little anatomical art I've drawn on top of the cover. So at this point in the video, you know about my spontaneous comic book. One thing I really want to do is to put a little label on the cover just to make it actually look like a book you can go through. And yesterday evening I actually worked on this illustration for the cover of the book, the concept pretty much. Imagine how excited I was when Mumbin sent me their pink Real Writer 130 Bluetooth thermal label printer, which came with a USB cable, its power charger, a very appreciated USB storage key, a label sample, its instruction manual, and a QR code to download the app. But there's more. Mumbin also sent me the cutest bunny-themed stand for the printer. The top also looks like a teddy bear in my opinion, and it comes with this attachment to hold your labels. And speaking of, they also sent me this roll for round colored stickers and a giant extra block of white labels. Setting the printer up is incredibly simple. You just plug it in and turn the switch on. The printer will adjust the placement of the labels itself, and to change them you just pull on the sides and lift the top of the printer like this. You can then replace the sample with your actual labels and the printer will once again take care of the rest by itself. To start printing, you simply download the app through the QR code, which will redirect you to the App Store. After selecting your product, you're going to be quickly guided through the app, and once you're done with that, you can go on the upper left to quickly connect your device. I'm using my iPad here, but you can link the printer to your computer and phone as well. I am now quickly designing my label for my comic book sketchbook. Since it's going to be a fourth of the size of the original illustration, it'll most likely lose some details. So I'm fixing some lines that might be too thin to print. Once I'm done exporting the piece, I'm going to get back to the app, select my file and check the preview before printing it. The printer was insanely quick and the final result was absolutely lovely, which got me wondering if maybe a bigger size would show the details a little better, so I decided to break down the design and print each element separately, and it worked like a charm. Of course, the size is still way smaller than the original illustrations, so I wasn't able to achieve much more detail, but I ended up really loving this second test and I can't wait to assemble these on the cover of my sketchbook. Now let's also give the round stickers a try. I'm going to start by choosing from the hundreds of free designs available on the Mambin app. I selected this lovely thank you design and once again it came out so quickly and the result is absolutely great. But I want to put it to the test with a more elaborated design, so I tried my Ex Libris stamp and whoa! I think the main problem with the comic book label is how shrunken the details got in the label, because this one came out absolutely perfect. I actually prefer this print quality to the vinyl sticker I got from an online printing service. Last but not least, I want to try to print my QR code. I'm going to print it on another round colored sticker just to see if the color could impact its function. Turns out it works perfectly. The quality of these labels is insane and they are actually all waterproof. The water literally slides from them. It is safe to say that I fell in love with the Mambin Real Writer 130 Bluetooth thermal label printer. If you too would like to give this beauty a try, head out to my description where you'll find all the information and links to connect with Mambin. I've been quickly cutting all of the parts of the cover and it already looks really lovely. The quality of these labels is amazing. Also, the black is incredible. You can tell on camera. It actually blends really nicely with the cover. So I'm now going to peel those off and stick them to the cover. I'm so excited about this. Okay, I think it's given. I know at this point you've already seen this, but this is the first time for me. It's giving mysterious antique book. I love this. This was a success.
So as I said, this is my new ambitious project, a spontaneous comic book. I have devoted this Moleskine A4 sketchbook to this quest, which is basically writing and drawing a whole comic book without having a written story beforehand. My goal is to work on this story every time I have the chance to do it. My initial plan was to draw 2 pages a day, and with drawing 2 pages a day, I mean just pencil on paper. I'm definitely working pencil first on this project. You know, I've always said I like to draw directly pen on paper in my sketchbook, but with things like comic books or more serious illustrations for work, I always prefer to work with pencil first. Yeah, so far it's going pretty well, even though I can't manage to draw at the moment 2 pages a day. But I think at this point I have 18 pages, of which 2.5 are actually also already inked, because I really want to have fun as much as I can with it, even though I want to take it really seriously. So whenever I'm not in the right headspace to draw new pages, I would just work on what I already have and so relax inking the pages I've already drawn. The peculiar thing about this is that I'm not planning the story beforehand. For instance, the beginning of this story just came out as I was drawing it, basically. I actually did draw the 4th page first, and then I did the 3rd page, and then I did the 1st and 2nd page. So I went backwards with that. And then there is an entire chapter, a 12 pages chapter, that is a story that got rejected from another project. I am so happy I finally was able to put it in this new adventure right here, so that is really great. Now I have some ideas on what to do next, but I'm not thinking about what's next in function of what it has to be as a whole. I don't know if that makes sense. One thing I'm noticing, which is really interesting, is that the more I'm proceeding step by step without an actual plan, the more I'm noticing little details that are actually beginning to link each part of this soon to be story, let's say. I'm using this to learn to embrace imperfection in my writing as well as in my art. One thing that I learned this year is that by embracing imperfection, I actually was able to achieve wonderful things and wonderful results and to actually improve my skills, since writing and storytelling is something that I'm really insecure about. I figured the best way to proceed was the same I adopted in art making. I hope this makes sense. So yeah, the title of this project is Cadaveri Squisiti, which I guess could translate in English with exquisite corpses, delicious corpses, I don't know, but yeah, that's the cat. It's the name of a game. I'll put the description of it right here. That is a game that a teacher taught us when I was in art high school. And the name of this game, I don't know why, but I keep crossing paths with this game. And I was actually trying to write a comic book with this title. Every time I managed to write a new story and it comes out somewhat decently, and I'm somehow proud of it. Every single time I'm like, this was like, okay? Every time I have no idea how I did it. And so when I dare to think about something more ambitious, there's no way I'm able to do it because I'm still so insecure that I get in my own way, basically. And so this could be my breakthrough, hopefully. And yeah, I'm going to bring you along with me in this project. There's going to be some new drawing me videos where we're going to work on this comic book project. So brace yourself because you might spot some spoilers, but I mean, we don't really know what this is going to be about. So are these really spoilers though? I'm so excited about this and I really, really hope this gets to be my breakthrough. Next on the list is the new drawing challenge I'm doing. It is not actually something new, neither for me or this channel, because this is the Draw Every Day Till I Reach 100K challenge. And I've done this in 2022, right before this channel actually came to life, let's say. And when I decided to get back to this channel and start this YouTube journey once again with a fresh new start, I had just stopped with this challenge. Of course, there's the goal of 100K, but most importantly, this was a challenge to push myself out of my comfort zone, let's say. I didn't achieve 100,000 followers, of course. On TikTok, I think I reached 80K, and on Instagram, which was way harder to break through, I think I reached 20K, which is not very close to the main goal, but for me it was huge. It was insane. Then I had to stop because while doing this challenge I started to get noticed, and I actually got hired at the art school where I currently teach, and I was in the meantime also finishing my tarot deck and working on the oracle deck that I self-produced this year. So it was a really hectic time. At some point I had to stop the challenge because with work and life in general, I was starting to feel a little overwhelmed, and so I had to stop the challenge. But I did stop the challenge after 6 months of drawing every day. Actually, when I started the challenge, the goal was 100K, of course, but like shortly after starting the challenge, I had given myself another goal, which was to draw every day for a year, and I knew that was ambitious. That was really, really ambitious. But the fact that I managed to do it for 6 months, even though it was halfway, it was a lot. Really, really a lot. So I was really, and I'm still really proud of myself for that. The reason why I'm getting back to this challenge once again is, quite frankly, because I'm having a rough time getting in touch with my artist self lately. I've had a pretty rough summer, end of summer, let's say. I really had a rough time during this following months in getting back to myself. Basically, I started noticing I was drawing less and less every day, and at some point I was like, what did I do to get to where I was really comfortable with? Like in the first months of 2024, I was thriving. Okay, I was thriving. What did I do to get to where I was a few months ago? And I started going back to my journey in this past couple of years, and one thing that really helped me was the challenge. And since I also would love to grow on my profiles, I was like, yeah, why not? Let's bring it back. So I'll have something to push me to make art every day and share a drawing every day. Hopefully I'll also grow a tiny bit faster. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, and I'm really happy about it. And on the day I'm filming this, I'm actually a week into the challenge, so yay! But another thing we actually achieved is that I'm done with the sketchbook. So you're going to see the second part of the sketchbook tour that we started with the halfway through sketchbook tour, and we're going to see the second half. Actually, I noticed the first half wasn't actually the first half, was a bit more. We have a little less art pieces to go through in this second part of the sketchbook, but I'm still really excited for this. This was such a loved sketchbook. I really loved working on this sketchbook. This was the sketchbook where I learned to draw directly pen on paper. I'll cherish this, I think, forever. I can't wait to show you the rest of the drawings in this sketchbook. With that said, we're starting a new sketchbook. This is a Moleskine Classic Collection soft cover. It is one of Moleskine's legendary notebooks. So it is a notebook. Let me see if I can show this to you. So this is the sketchbook I'm using. I'm getting into day 8 of the challenge with the very first page of this sketchbook. I am actually running short in time to edit this video right here. I might film the first page as a draw with me video, as a sketching session, just to record this special moment. Let's say I still have to film something for the challenge, and I might also like turn the camera and film it horizontally so I can have it also for the YouTube channel. So yeah, that might be something we might do tomorrow, basically. I'm really excited for this. And also I printed this little sticker as a label for this. This is, I think, an antique brooch that I found on Pinterest that has this like girls dancing, like giving me coven vibes with these frame made of little bats. So this was a vibe, and I decided to have it to label this new sketchbook, and it's brand new. I still haven't, I only added, yeah, I also printed this Ex Libris stamp with the Mambin printer, and yeah, it's brand new. Still haven't done anything on this, and we're going to break it with day 8 of the challenge. Last but certainly not least, on the art update, and doing it again, I've started over the artist way. So another thing I've been able to track down on the journey that got me into the most thriving version of myself was this book. I did the artist way in the first 4 or 3 months, I don't know, because this contains basically classes, and it is 12 chapters that you have to go through within 12 weeks. Every week you read a new chapter and you do the tests and you do the exercises by going through these 12 weeks. This was incredibly beneficial to me. I went back to the pages to look for some things, let's say. But lately I was like, okay, as the Draw Everyday challenge was so beneficial to me, another thing that was really helpful was this book. So let me just see if it's worth the shot to give it another try. And the truth is that the moment I started with the first chapter, with the first week, I immediately noticed I had forgotten some of the teachings of this book. I need to reconnect with that part of me that this book had gave me access to the first time. And so yeah, actually in the very last chapter of this book, it says reread and redo all the tasks and exercises and chapters whenever you want. And so yeah, that makes sense. This is the last point on the art update of this art chat. I'm actually doing once again the artist way. So yes, I really hope I got you as excited as I am for the art update with the comic book project we are going to work on, and the drawing challenge, and the new sketchbook tour. And yeah, I really hope you'll have fun coming along with me on this quest. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support this channel, you can simply do it by hitting the subscribe button and liking this video. Don't forget to check out Mambin at the link in my description to get creative or upgrade your small business. If you'd like to support my work, my very first tarot deck, Vesper Tarot, is now available for purchase, and you can get it at the link in my description. If you like my art and content and would like to dig a little deeper, consider joining my newsletter, where I share my digitalized sketchbook anytime there's an update. Also, if you'd like to have daily updates about the pages from my sketchbook, check out all of my socials, where I'm currently doing the Draw Every Day Till I Reach 100K challenge. If you stayed till this point, thank you very much. I will see you very soon with another art video. In the meantime, let's make art. Bye.